Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake, lived a little girl named Lily. Lily was known throughout the village for her infectious laughter and her kind heart. But most of all, she was famous for her beautiful singing voice. Every morning when the sun peeked over the hills, Lily would burst into song. Her melodies were as enchanting as the songs of the birds, and they echoed through the sleepy village, rousing everyone from their slumber. One day, an idea struck Lily like a chord on a guitar string. She wanted to share her love for singing with the whole world. So she announced to the villagers, "I'm going to be a traveling singer. I want to take my music to the kingdom and become the singer of the king." The villagers, though supportive, also worried for Lily's safety. The road to the kingdom was long and dangerous, and they didn't want anything to happen to her. Just then, Old Man Willow, who was as wise as he was old, spoke up. "Don't worry, everyone," he said, his voice like rustling leaves. "I'll go with her. I've walked this path many times, and I'll make sure Lily reaches the kingdom safely." And so it was decided that Old Man Willow would accompany Lily on her journey. They set off at dawn, and soon the familiar sights and sounds of the village were replaced by the whispering wind and the rustling of leaves. As they walked, Old Man Willow told Lily stories about the magical creatures that might cross their path, from mischievous fairies to grumpy trolls. Lily, in turn, sang songs to keep their spirits high, and her voice rang out, clear and sweet like a mountain stream. As the day wore on, the forest grew darker and the path more uneven. Suddenly, Lily spotted a tiny house with a crooked chimney poking out from behind some trees. Smoke curled invitingly from its chimney, and the smell of baking bread filled the air. Without a moment's hesitation, she knocked on the door. An old woman with twinkling eyes opened the door. "Come in! Come in!" she said with a warm smile. "I've been expecting you." The old woman led them into a cozy kitchen where a fire crackled merrily in the hearth. Soon they were seated at a table piled high with delicious food. There were golden loaves of bread, bowls of steaming soup, and plates of juicy fruit. After they ate, the old woman presented Lily with a beautiful gown, the color of twilight, and a crown of woven moonlight. "These will protect you on your journey," she said mysteriously. Then, as if on cue, a gust of wind rattled the windows, and the old woman hurried to the door. "It's time for you to go," she said, her smile fading. "The night is dark and the path is long." Grateful for the old woman's hospitality and her mysterious gifts, Lily and Old Man Willow continued their journey. The forest was now a dark and scary place. Bumpy, gnarled trees loomed over them like spooky ghosts, and eerie shadows danced around them. Just when Lily felt like giving up, she remembered the old woman's words. She put on the gown and placed the crown on her head. Suddenly, the forest seemed less frightening, and Lily's heart soared. As she walked, the moonlight crown glowed softly, guiding their way and keeping the darkness at bay. Finally, as the first rays of sunlight touched the horizon, they heard the sound of drums and the shouts of soldiers. The kingdom was in sight. When King Theodore saw Lily approaching, he stopped in his tracks. Her gown shimmered like 1,000 stars, and her crown radiated a gentle light. He had never seen anything so beautiful. And when Lily sang for him, her voice was like liquid gold. Of course, he hired her on the spot, and she became the new singer of the kingdom. Every night before going to bed, King Theodore would look up at the moon and remember the tale of how its gentle light guided a young girl to his kingdom. And every morning when the sun rose, he would listen for the sweet sound of Lily's laughter echoing through the halls. a reminder that even in the darkest of nights, hope and beauty could always be found.